Hi, this is Eric Wonder, 4K Geek. I'm here with Adam and Brady Sadler from Blacklist Games, looking at Brook City, which is now out. I think we did a preview last year. This is sort of the cycle.
Yeah, it finally
expect
this
next year for Kickstarter release. Kickstarter release. This year delay in between. So, can you give an overview of what Brook City is?
You want to do this one?
Yeah. Who are we in this city?
We are action cop heroes, buddy cops, represented by decks. We have figures. I don't know why I didn't bring the figures over here, but there's little miniature figures. I got the cars, but they're in the box.
Yeah,
so there'll be plastic figures for all your cops, all the criminals.
You're gonna dig them out while
you're right there. Yeah. So your deck that you play as will have all your abilities and different things you can do that makes your cop feel special. Okay. But you'll also have.
That's just a funny way to say it.
Yeah, your cop's special.
What makes you feel special?
And you'll go.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah, there you go. There she is. There's Moira Banks, starting off in the BCPD, and you'll always be going up against a criminal. We have 3 criminals in the base game. Each of them has their own deck that tells you how they play, and they also have their own crew members. They spawn around the board to do their nefarious deeds.
Okay.
They're trying to gain influence, which are these coins here for the syndicate. If they get too much influence, you lose. And the best way they get influence is by having a bunch of crimes out. So your job is to go around and bust those crimes up. But your overall goal is to solve a case. Okay. We have 3 different cases in the game. Each of them provides a...
And they can be paired with...
Yeah, you pair whichever ones you want with... Yeah, that's the beauty of the modular deck system.
Slade, for example, sends his suits out to do various things like retail pressure around government contacts. They'll spawn around the board to do various things to get him influence. You just have to kind of keep a lid on it.
Yep. Okay. And the cases will always you'll always try to get clues in different ways. Clues are going to spawn around the board in different places, and it's a big sprawling city, so you have a lot of ground to cover. So it's a very much a movement optimization game. So you're driving cars around, you're hopping in your cruiser, you're making sure you can get to places you want to go. You're ditching your car to teleport where you need to go and crashing it and doing action cop stuff. But if you ever have to go off without a car, you hop into the street and you commandeer a random vehicle. You might get the scooter or you might get the station wagon. You never know.
There's also a Lamborghini in there.
Yeah, but desperate measures call for desperate vehicles. So it's mostly all card driven. The dice that come into play whenever you encounter things in the game, you'll roll dice. Typical with most of our dice games, there's never really a bad roll. Like this would be the worst roll because you didn't make any progress, but you got 2 hunches, which are really valuable resources.
Now, after you've had hunches, you can spin those to make them successes if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good way to.
So if you bank, and you hold those from turn to turn, and a lot of negative events that the criminals in the case will do will make you spend hunches. Otherwise, you suffer stress, and if you suffer too much stress, you're fired. You lose the game because you can't go off on your own. You got to play by the books here, even though it's an action cop game.
Okay. Well, that's right. You don't go outside the system.
Yeah, you can't be a vigilante. That's crazy. You don't wear a mask and bust crimes.
That's a whole different game. After you get fired, that's a whole different game.
Okay. Yeah, now, I know there's various expansions as well.
Yeah.
So offering new cases.
Yep. So this is all just the base game. Each expansion will add new cops, new criminals, new cases. We also add new modular rules. One of our expansions called Velocity adds this concept of wrecks. So you'll lose cars a lot in this game, and you just get a new one. But when you use wrecks, whenever you lose a car, you replace it with a wrecked car. And if too many wrecked cars are in the city, it's just mayhem, and you lose the game because the city went to crap, and you can't keep up your roadways. So there's all kinds of the modular rules you can make.
Yeah, another one of the expansions adds a sideboard where the Delta Keys Island, where there's illegal shipments coming in, and you kind of have to manage all this illegal stuff coming into the city as well as your other stuff. So it adds a little more difficulty and complexity to the game, but it's totally optional.
Yeah, and you can mix it with any of the existing decks, so it's all free form. You just build whatever scenarios you want and make whatever challenge level you want.
Okay. Player count for the game?
1 to 4, and like most of our games,
we have 8 officers.
Yeah.
So wide variety.
Lots of variety, lots of cool tropes we played with. And like
we have the hacker cop, the old man cop, the sniper.
Yeah, he's almost retired. It's like a couple more days till retirement. Something bad's gonna happen.
He's good at keeping other cops' stress level down. So
yeah.
Okay.
And like most of our games, this scales the same. 1 player. If you're playing 1 cop or 4 cops, there's no special rules. It scales naturally. So.
Okay. Anything else?
It is for sale at our booth. We only have a very limited supply here, but we hopefully will have some at Gen Con as well. So.
Okay, all right. Something to look at in the future. If you want to fight Guy Fieri,
Gus Ferguson,
not Guy Fieri.
That's right. It's a coincidence. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brady for a look at Brook City.